It's a hybrid class. Huh? There are online members also. How many? One. Yeah, team. Right, I have uploaded materials to the database. For the available. Database. This is a small class, no? But no attendance sheets. You have to have online attendance. I should use the laptop, no? Yeah, desktop. Yeah, attendance marking is here. This is the elements. And we have to change the time. We will do that later, no? In the halfway. But I should share the two teams. It is here, no? At my call are working. Only one student is there called Mahesh. Mahesh, you have logged via Teams, no? Can you hear us? Can you see the materials whiteboard screen? Hello. But there are more people, no? So many participants here, not only one. Yeah, Maliti Kumarage, Ishanka, Salinda, Shasnika is the admin coordinator, no? Right. Anyhow, make sure that you can hear us and see us. Otherwise, no point of login. If any questions, please call us, communicate that even to the office. Right, then I will share the materials. I have uploaded these to the LMS. My details are also there. I am Samantha Kalwarachi from Management Faculty, Colombo. Outside is now shouting, no? This is the lunch break. Yeah, though we educate, we don't, try to, improve disciplines, no? That's the main problem in the country as a nation. Through education, we have to much develop the discipline. Then work will happen automatically. Now, new generation is out of that. The majority of the new generation, not all, the majority. ඉස්කෝලේ යනවා බලන්න නේද? අමාරුම යන්නේ ඉස්කෝල ගාව. දැන් ජපානයේම නම් කොහොමද? වෙන රටවල ඒක පේන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රතිඵල පේන්න ඕනේ චර්යාවේ. විශේෂ මැනේජ්මන්ට් සබ්ජෙක්ට් වලට ඒක වැදගත්. ඩිසිප්ලිනරි සබ්ජෙක්ට්, මල්ටි ඩිසිප්ලිනරි සබ්ජෙක්ට්. අධ්‍යාපනයේ එදිරියන ගැලුවෙන පොඩි පොඩි දේ. එන්නෙන් මගන්නේ යන්නේ. නායකයන්ටම බැලලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ නේ. අපි කරන්න ඕනේ ප්‍රැක්ටිස් ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් ලෙවල් එක. That is called self discipline. පාරට බැස් වෙලේ ඉඳන් මිනිස්සු කෝප වෙලා යන්නේ නේ. අනිත් කෙනා බලන්න ඉවසීම නැහැ, කලබලේ ගෝත්‍රික යුද්ධයේ තව මින් බහුතරය. ඔක්කොම නෙවෙයි ඈ. බහුතරය. කල්චර් ගැන අපි කතා කරන්නේ බහුතරයනේ නේ. මැජොරිටි. ඔක්කොම නෙවෙයි. ඉතින් බහුතරය එහෙම වෙනවා කියන්නේ ඉතින් නරකයි. නෙගටිව්. ඔක පොඩ වෙනස් කරනවා. ලංකාවේ තියෙන වෙනස් කිරීම හැකියාව ඉක්මනට වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හැකියාව තියෙනවා. නර පොඩ්ඩක් හිතන්න ඕනේ. Thinking is the main thing, no? To learn, to teach, thinking. To do any activity, we should think. Think appropriately, positively, effectively. Right, this is the course outline, the plan document. Others will see this, no? Right. I should share the document through this. The frame should come, no? Outside. Now, okay. Now, this is a hybrid class. I have done several hybrid classes here. This is one of them again. එකක් හොඳයි නවතාක්ෂණ මුලදී ටිකක් මේ උස්සන්නේ නැහැ. පුරුණා මාරේ. හැමදේම එනස මුලින් දාගෙනකොට නිකන් අටුකය වගේ. පුරුණා මේක තමයි හොඳට. Right. Then it is another opportunity. As per the student requirement, we have other things. Right. Management career. They call the customer satisfaction. Then through that, they have to comparing goals, organizational goals. Then in teaching also, we have to agree with this. Right, course outline. These are basic details. This is a 3 credit course. This is the main course actually in all management programs. Management fundamentals or management principles. For management, we have mentioned that different means used by different scholars to identify this subject. Right. For you, it is considered as MF management fundamentals. Therefore, fundamentals should be known correctly. They should be practiced. They also should be practiced correctly in a society, as I said, in behaving, in communicating, in performing, in all aspects. Now, it should be like this. No control. But I control the management. Right. So, I can come. Right. අඩුපාඩු තියෙන හැම එකේම ඒවා පොඩ්ඩ ඔලුවට එන්න ඕනේ. I have this weakness, these strengths, then you have to utilize it accordingly. Right. But as mentioned here, the main purpose of studying the subject in this program is to know how to face challenges and opportunities coming from the environment, no? As individuals, as groups, and as managers, current and future managers, to help improve performance of organization in different aspects. And enhancing efficiency, increasing effectiveness, satisfying customers, satisfying employees, and comply with the societal goals. All are different aspects of performance that should be enhanced if we having this knowledge, using this knowledge of fundamentals of management. I am not reading words, words. I'll put you to the link. Right. That by linking. Okay. Wait, and what? No, this is the size we can see. Then you can understand these basic details. Credit can mona deva me one nede. That's a bylaw requirements. But now the UGC asks the institutions, universities to follow the notional hours. Any day, daily teaching effort in hours can be considered as notional hours. Then for a credit, traditionally 15 lecture hours should be considered. Then 3 credit means we have to consider 45 lecture hours for this subject because this is a 3 credit subject. Of course, can a subject program limit. Course can part subject. Program to part right. Then notional hour, sorry, notional in notional hours, credit can be similar to 50 notional hours. Okay, so that your own efforts to learn this subject also can be considered. But you make efforts even in the bus, in the train, and in your residence, all can be considered. In doing assignments, you have to use hours, no? 13 hours. Those are also considered. But later, now universities are considering this. Later, these institutions, campuses also will consider that to par with the UGC and international requirements. කරන දේවල්ම තමයි අපි හැබැයි අර රාමුගත කරන අලුත් විදියට. That's the quality assurance, no? Quality assurance. Then this is the reason to take this subject in this sub program. BSc in applied accountancy, no? That's the program. BSc, not BBA. It is more academic. Right, based on that vision or the rationale, we can identify the subject or course learning objectives, outcomes as well. Normally, there are 2 outcomes, though there are 3. First one is to know the particular theories, modules, concepts, and principles of the subject. We have to consider those in management. That's the first one. Conceptual knowledge. Then we also should know how to apply that knowledge in the practical scenario, the real business work. Right. There are 2 main objectives. Knowing the concepts and knowing how to apply them. Right. These are the 2 ways. In marketing also, the same 2 are there in other subjects. So these are the 2 subject course learning outcomes. Knowing the concepts and know how to apply them. Right, then to achieve these goals, we have to have teaching learning methods. There are many methods. Main one is the traditional lecture method. In addition to that, we can have active classroom discussions, case studies, reviewing some research articles, using videos, having oral presentations from you. That is the assignment given. Right. Then written evaluations, oral presentation evaluations. All these allow us to have learning teaching environment. To achieve these two goals and deal with the mission. Then after that, these courses should be mapped to the program learning outcomes for graduate profiles. Right. Those are should be considered. No? Right. Not think that we have to frame them. Right. Number one is the conceptual. Equipping with the conceptual skill of that subject. The others are personality driven dimensions like communication, adaptability, ethics, ethical conduct, as I said now, transferability, adaptability, professionalism. Those are other dimensions of behavioral development as undergrads or graduates. Right then, subject learning outcomes should be mapped to that. Then in each session of the subject, there are session learning outcomes also. Topic. To achieve the course learning outcomes, then finally to achieve the program learning outcomes. Right. Those will come later, right? As in a university environment. අපි කරන දේවල්ම තමයි දෙන්නේ. ප්‍රාමගත වෙන්න ඕන අලුතෙන් පොඩ්ඩක් එනවා. To assure the quality. Right. Then we have to evaluate, no? We have to evaluate you. There are two components, semester and exam. Though papers are set for 100 marks, we have to give 60% grade for the final exam. Then for the continuous assessment, 40%. Right here, this is since this is a small class, I can do both. First one, day-to-day quiz to have individual evaluation. Then the assignment report, team assignment report, and its oral presentation. Right. For big classes, at least I can't do this actually. I can skip this and have this only in two components due to the time limitation of a day, right? Of a session. Right. Then I'll explain this one later once started. This is the one given as a team assignment. Then are you having teams? Subject assignment teams? If not, we have to form them. Then looking at the number of online participants, we have to have their team appropriate video around Monday. Right, I am communicating that today, but from the at least from the next day, we have to complete that. Make sure of that. Right. Then referring academic materials, you have to prepare a reasonable concept book on these 10 concepts in management. Right. Then after that, you have to prepare a presentation handout or slide with 10 minutes. Then contents should be presented. These are the two components of this same assignment. This covers 20 marks. Right. Then 10 marks for the report, another 10 for the oral presentation, right? But similar weight has been given for this day-to-day quizzes also, 20 marks. Earlier I had 10 marks, I increased that to 20. Because it allows you to develop many skills, not only to participate in the class and to give an answer. It is very practical. It will help you to develop other clinical profile dimensions as communication, understanding, comprehension, preparation, time management, mutual learning, personality development, all can be developed in this. So this is simple. It does big class. Right. But there are different modes of giving quizzes. Even it can be done in round tables, no? In the classroom, giving spontaneous tasks. Right. These are highly practiced by in developed countries, universities in developed countries, no? Quizzes. Right. Then all guidelines are given here to know how to prepare the report and how to have the oral presentation. Read them carefully. I have given the evaluation criteria also of each. But evaluation is done for 100, then later which are considered for 10 and 10. Right, if any questions, but you have to start the task, then only the practical questions will come. Right. Then confirm your teams by the next day, right? Or members are not here. Okay. It's the normal size. It's a very small class. There can be 2 teams there. 2 teams can be 4. Then from them, there's only 1 meter. Then he also should be taken part. Attendance. Like a measure, what I
check online
online එකනයි.
recording that can
record start කරේ නැද්ද?
තමයි start
ෆොටෝ දාලා නැහැ? මම බෝඩ් මම විනාඩි 10ක් 15ක් කතාත් කරා. මම ඇහුවා මේ ඔක්කොම හරිද කියලා මේකට කතා කරේ. පේනවද ටෙක්නික්ස් ටික වැඩද? ඔතන ඩොට්ස් දාලා දාන්නේ. අවයන් රෙකෝඩින්. රෙකෝඩින් යනවනේ.
ඔව් මේක හරි කමන්න
ෆොටෝ යනවද ඊට පස්සේ?
නෑ මේ කලින් මීටින් එකේ තියෙන කමන්න ඒක දෙකට
මීටින් ෂෙඩියුල් කරනකොට දාන්න ඕන.
ඔව් අවුලන්නේ
ෆොටෝ මයි ડોකියුමන්ට් යන්නදී.
ඔව්
තරවන්
නෑ ප්‍රශ්න නෑ
එක්කෙනා ඉන්නේ ඔන්ලයින්. හරි ඊට පාරක්
සමාන කරගෙන recording
එතකොට assignment කරමු. බලන්න. නැත්නම් මේ email හදාන්න කරන්න ඕන.
අද in class එක
in class යනවා individual එක. දැන් දෙන්න assignment පස්සේ කරලා දෙන්න ඕන. අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න. බලන්න මේක දැනගනින්නේ. That's the disadvantage of online. Yeah, well, detached. Not attached, detached from the normal class. But they are the people should be more keen, no, to take part than the members in the physical class. Earlier, there were very good online teams. They were very enthusiastic than the physical class. They were asking questions and on time they have uploaded the reports. They did the presentation also from their side via Teams. From Dubai and all. Right, any question? No, session plan, no? I have to visualize, make that available. Right, today we have to do at least this one, introduction to management, introduction to the particular subject, no? Then I uploaded an ebook. From that we can discuss cases for all lessons one by one on a day, right? Right, then second one is the history of management, then environment, 3 lessons for planning, organizing, 4 lessons for leading, third function, last one is controlling. New trends in management can be covered through your assignment concept book also, then I need not to do that specially. They can stay, touch upon that new place. Right, these are some references. Core reference is Duff's New Era of Management book. But there are new editions also of this is an old edition. Their theories are not changing, but examples are changing. In new editions, there can be new examples. New internet related activities also. But theories models won't be changing much. Right. Any other questions or clarifications about the way I discussed the course outline? This is the plan actually. You have to refer this, not time to time. The course outline of the subject should be referred time to time. Then by the next day, please be sure of your teams, belonging of the team for the assignment. For them also it is relevant. Otherwise they can earn marks, a mark out of 40. There's a minimum condition also, no? 16 marks should be earned from that. 35 from the exam. Then a report can be uploaded. The PDF final copy can be uploaded to the LMS. I'll prepare the link of submission by the 12th week, 12th class. There are 14, 15 sessions, no? When the 12th week comes as per the information given by the office, then on that day, you have to upload. But I'll give you the exact calendar date later. It's a rough guide. You have to plan the second week. Second week is my first class. Like that now, 2 weeks are over. There are only 10 more weeks to have this deadline. Right. The coordinator informs these time to time. Already informed, no, in schedules. Then we better follow them. Otherwise, we can't achieve the deadline targets. Those are admin matters. Right. Any other questions? Clarifications. Even the Windows formatting also. These are the sections actually. Once started, better to communicate these. Otherwise, these are waste of information. Information overload. Once started only, I could cross check these with you. Otherwise, please read in your way. These are sections. There are 4 sections. No, there are additional pages as well. For citation and referencing, you have to follow the APA writing style. APA. You can Google it. APA. American Psychological Association writing style. The other competing one is the Harvard style. These somewhat old. But most institutions now ask students to follow the APA writing style. Mentioned here, no? Yeah, APA, writing guidelines. Well, you should know how to cite another's publication, and all cited things in the body should be disclosed in a list of references at the end. But there are some other guidelines also to know how to, if any papers and figures, how to present and name them. But then how to phrase paras, the own words, with minimum plagiarism. PMT software can look after, right? Check your plagiarism, similar. Therefore, don't copy each other. You can use a Grammarly or something, not to improve grammar later. Now, we don't too much fluent in English. Software can help us to be fluent in English. We don't write, that's the word. The writing can be improved further drastically. But don't use a chat GPT. You can use that, but have your own interpretation also. We can discourage the students to not to use any technology. We will embrace it, but we have to have our own thinking patterns also. Own skills also. ඒකට chat GPT දිනන්නේ. තමන් විදිහට ලියන්න තියෙනවා. ඉන්ටර්ප්‍රීට් කරලා ලියන්න තියෙනවා. chat GPT techniques. check කරලා තමයි. plagiarism avoid කරන්න. එමත් තියෙනවා. නිව්සීලන්තේ එමත් ඒක ගන්නවා. පන්තියේ කතා කරන්නේ මේ ඉංග්‍රීසි වචනයක් ලස්සන ලියලා තියෙනවා. What the කම්පැනි වල වැඩ කරන්න ගිහපුවමත් ඒවනේ chat GPT වලින් හොයනවානේ මැනේජර්ස්ලා සීනියර් මැනේජර්ස්ලා දැන් ඒකනේ කරන්නේ නේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් අහන ක්වෙස්චන් එක හරියට කරලා ඔක්කොම එනවා ඒක රිසර්ච් නැටක් right that's how I think we have to embrace the technology but carefully not to undermine your capacity and creativity innovation. Right, if no questions, we will move to the handout, right? To deal in the first lesson, introduction to management. 12:30. Any responses from team participants, online participants? Any questions? No, you understood? But people should be there, no? Right. This is shared, no, already with them. Introduction to management. These are the topic learning outcomes or session or lesson learning outcomes or subheadings. One by one, we will consider these. First, defining. This is a definition taken from the dark book. He says that management is the attainment or achievement, accomplishment of organizational goals in an effective and efficient manner. These are the two dimensions to balance effective and efficient manner, or efficient and effective manner. Through these four functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling organizational resources. Right. With some more words, I'll give another definition based on this actually. You can write down that. You all can see, no? The board in this angle. It's the exemption class. Others got exemption this subject. That's the reason. But this is the subject should be studied again and again, no? Very important. Because different people can teach this in different ways. Like management is a process, no? Is a process. We are using a process approach. Process of planning. We can use similar words. Planning, organizing, then leading, and controlling. Controlling what? Resources. Resources. As mentioned there. Resources of which of an organization. There should be an entity. That's the organization. In what manner? Efficiently, no? Resources should be managed efficiently. For what? To achieve its goals, organization's goals. Its pronouns, its goals. Effectively. That involves effectiveness. Yeah, all these should happen in a changing environment today. No, we can add those words also. Right. This would be a better definition, a comprehensive one about management. That we can underline some keywords. Therefore, you have to consider keywords and their connections, no, to deal with the situation. Process, then resources, organization, two words, then change in environment. Environment. Management is a process of planning, organizing, leading, and control resources of an organization efficiently. That should be a command. To achieve its goals effectively in a changing environment. Right, we will look at the management process later, right, with the diagram. And there are different lessons on for functions. In the process itself, there are brief definitions of each function. Right, looking at the need of combining enhancing effectiveness and efficiency, we will describe the importance of management with another diagram. Environment is another lesson. That is our third lesson. Right, it has 6 actual dimensions: global dimension, technological dimension, economic dimension, socio-cultural, political, legal, and natural. But all these should happen within a changing environment. Change management is a must for managers in modern business world. Right. The resources are in 4 or 5 types there. Physical resource, financial resource, human resource, information resource. Right, today we have considered like information resource. But we can't undermine the importance of human resource at any time. So we are using AI and modern technology, those should be humanized. Otherwise, we can't get the expected results. That's the new part of AI, it's AI, human artificial intelligence. Okay, then that's how we should deal with the definition of management. But there are many other definitions given by different authors and researchers. Right. Right. This is a diagram we can use to understand the management process or process management. It follows the system thinking, no? Right. Then, as per the system thinking, organizations are considered as open systems, which are getting resources or inputs from the external environment. Through this management process, those should be converted. That helps organization to enhance the performance, right, in different ways, right. Then, these four functions are mutually related, interrelated each other. Without planning or controlling, no? Controlling helps to evaluate the progress of all three other functions. Without leadership, we can't get the task done with people and other resources in an organization. Therefore, four functions are mutually related. Right. In planning, what happens? Managers try to set goals and try to identify strategies to achieve the goals. In organizing, they assign authority and responsibility to complete the task. Right. In leading, managers should make influences to people to get the goals achieved. In controlling, what happens? It ensures organizational activities are happening to match with the plans or standards. But there can be deviations, those can be rectified or reacted with corrective actions. Right. Then performance can be considered in different aspects such as achieving goals, enhancing efficiency, improving effectiveness, providing good or a service, satisfying customers. Right, likewise. Improving the quality of the product, satisfying employees, conducting the business in a socially responsible manner or an ethical manner. Right, all these are different aspects of evaluating the performance of a business organization. Right, right. That's how the very dynamic management process should be understood. Okay, now this follows the system theory in management. It came from the biology to management, like our human body tree function. Like that, businesses are also functioning as open systems or biological systems. Right. This diagram can be used to understand the importance of management. Importance or significance of management. Why management is right. Some parts are not visible, no? We are off the lights, front lights. Right. But this is obvious, no? In the two sides, efficiency and effectiveness should be taken. Then both can be scaled from low to high. Right. But the base management allows to achieve, keep both in the higher position. That allows the organization to grow up in the market. This situation is also allowed, but there's a problem. Here, effectiveness is there, company is doing the right thing, but not in the right manner. Right man, not in the right manner means it is not utilizing resources in the maximum capacity. There is a problem in that, but that can be overcome. That it can reach to the best place. Right. Therefore, these two are allowed. No. Here, good management is there. Here, the best management is there. Here, these two are not allowed. Where mismanagement can be seen. This is the worst one. Both are not achieved. Right. Both are low. Both are not achieved. Here, one is achieved, not the other one. But what is called problem is, though organization is utilizing resources wisely, it is not doing the task wisely. It is doing the wrong thing to the society or to the customer. Then it may die not quickly, as in the bottom situation. Those organizations will vanish from the market slowly in the medium term. These organizations will vanish from the market in the short run, quickly, maybe overnight. Both are missing. They are not doing the right thing in the right manner. Right. Therefore, that's how we can explain the importance of management to an organization. It's a common diagram, but right then. But you can give some examples to explain this as for the two sides actually. For the two sides, you can give examples. Some examples for the efficiency, be efficient, and some other examples to be effective. But you can go with the two statement, doing the right thing and doing things rightly, or doing the correct thing and doing the things correctly. As Peter Drucker has been. Even industry-wise, you can use some practical examples. If the pandemic actually most organizations in most industries try to survive. Now they are growing up, no? They are in the normal situation. Even now there are businesses which are trying to survive. Even now. Right. Even now there are businesses quickly dying and slowly dying. It depends on the management, not because of the industry nature or other factors. That's how you can justify. All these are happening due to the up and down of management competence of the organization, for decision making and competency of the organization. ඒ වගේ මේක එකට විදිහ යන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ගැඹුරට යන්න පුළුවන්. But better to provide the particular diagram. Then you can get more marks under that area. Then, but provision of the diagram is also not enough. You have to interpret it with your words. And especially with paras is also not enough. No? Whenever a diagram or figure should be inserted, you have to do that. Both should be there. For big questions. Right. Okay, now then we will continue. Right, next part is to cover these basic things like managerial skills, managerial levels, and their connections. Then after that, managerial roles, etc. Right? Right. These are the three managerial skills initially introduced by Robert Cards. Robert Cards. Is? Is it? Ah, right. It's too much. Elias is there. It depends on the outside temperature. Outside එක මේ සීතල නම් මේ සීතල වෙලා ඉක්මන. Outside grass වෙන නම් මේ cool වෙනවා. Cool කරන්න ඕන. මටත් පොඩ්ඩක් දැන්න සීතල මේ. ඉහට දාන්න වෙන කාමරුස් නාට්‍යය. එළිය කාමරුස් නාට්‍යයට කියලා දිනද. වයින් එකක් තියෙනවනේ. ආ ඔව්. පෙරහැරේ ඉවරයි වයින්වනේ. කොළඹටත් දෙනවා ඇස්ස. Robert cars. There are several players no these days. අපරගම තිබ්බනේ නෝල තියෙනවා තව තියෙනවා මෙලන් විතර. අංගොලක් තියෙනවා. ඊළඟ මේවත් තියෙනවානේ හින්දු අය පෙරහැර. මතකද තියෙනවා කොවිඩ්. Those are culture and management. ඉතින් කල්චර් එකේ තමයි මිනිස්සුන්ට හොඟක් බලපෑම් කරන්නේ මොනවා කරන්නේ බිස්නස් කරන්නේ මැනේජ්මන්ට් කරන්නේ. That's our beliefs, ambitions, values generate. ඒවට අනුව තීරණ ගන්න. values වලට. වැඩ කරන්න ගිය කොහොමද? ඒවා තමයි use වෙන්නේ. ඒක නරක නෑ. මිනිස්සු ඉතින් සතුටින් ඉන්නේ දැන් සමහරට ආගමික මොකක් කරන්නේ. ඉතින් අපේ ලංකාවේ විදිහට ගැඹුරින් තියෙන්නේ. රටවල වගේ. ආගමික මේ මිනිස්සුන්ට උදව් කරනවා. සතුටින් ඉන්නේ. නම් සමහර අය ඉතින් ඒක මිස්යූස් එක. අපි ඒක යූස් කරන්නේ. බිස්නස් කරනකොටත් එහෙමනේ. ආගම religious impact is high in Sri Lanka doing businesses. සමහර අය මේ භාණ්ඩේම ගන්නේ ඒ අදාළ සමාන අයගෙන් විතරයි. වෙන අයගෙන් ගන්නෙත් නෑ. සමහර අය. Because that's the reliable trust from the religious orientations. හැබැයි දැන් ඒව නෑ ටෙක්ස්ටයිල් වලදී එහෙම නෑ ඉස්සර වගේ නම් ඔක්කොම යනවා ශ්‍රීමය යතන සිංහල කරේ සිංහල යතනවා නෝලි මිට්‍රෝට යනවා පිළික වර්ධන යනවා කැම්ඩි යනවා පොලිටිකල් යන්නේ පොලිටිකල් කොස්ට් ටෙක්ස්ටයිල්ස් වලට perfumes වලට නෑ හොඳ එක බලන්නේ පොලිටිකල් යන්නේ සමහර ඒවාට තියෙනවා religious orientation right these are the three skills. To know these, actually, you should know that's the best way. Know some similar words. Similar words. Then you can elaborate the concept and you can find examples also based on it. සමාන වචන දැනගන්න. අපි ඉස්කෝලේ යන කාලේ සමාන වචන. ඒක තමයි පස්සේ කොහොමද ඉගෙන ගන්න. අපි කාලේ දැක්ක දේවල් තමයි නැවත මනසට එන්නේ. අපි සමාන පද ඉගෙන ගත්තා විරුද්ධ පද ඉගෙන ගත්තා නේ ලස්සනට අත්අකුරු ලියුවා චිත්‍රයෙන්ද රචනාලි ඒවා තමයි ඕනේ සසද්දයක් ඒවා තමයි ඉස්මත් ඒක නෑ වෙනස් වෙන්නේ කුඩා කාලේ අධ්‍යාපනය කරපුදී වෙනස් අවලේ තමයි වඩා ගන්න right that's the impact of your personality right on your performance later in later stages. Segment drawing time again at the activity card. Right, we know that in the imagination, right. Then what are the three skills to be held by managers? Conceptual skills, human skills, and technical skills. Right, then Naramanjuak Balu, Samana Balu. Conceptual කිව්වම කොහොම සමාන කරන්නේ? ඒක මීනින් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් වර්ඩ් එකම නෙවෙයි. Conceptual, cognitive නේ, cognitive skills. Then strategic thinking, long term perspective, holistic view, knowing the connections, relations in a system or system thinking. Right. Those are highly synonymous with the conceptual skills we need to have or develop. Right. Right. It is said that conceptual skills are the or is the or involves conceptual skills involve the cognitive ability to see the organization. අපි ඔක්කොම කතා කරන organization එක තමයි. අනිතවා මේ පුද්ගල මට්ටමේදී තෝරනවා. සමාජ මට්ටමේදී තෝරනවා. Right. Now අපි කතා කරන්නේ මේ subjects the organization. මොකද business process වල. Right. Conceptual skills involve the cognitive ability of an individual, මෙතන manager of a manager to see the organization as a whole system and to know the relationships among its parts. It's a system thinking. In other words, it is the ability to think strategically by managers. Right. All managers and even employees need to have a certain level of conceptual skills. එදිනදත් මේ මනසට මේ වැඩ කරන්නේ. ජීවිතේ වන්දික වෙනවා නේ. කොග්නිටිව් තියෙනවා. Right. But this is highly essential for top managers of an organization that compare than other managers. Right. Then human skills are the abilities to work well with others in the relationship or in the hierarchy, in the same level. Right. Then group work, teamwork, networking, affiliation, team spirit, even leadership, followership, all involve this one. Right. Therefore, now modern researchers say that human skills are equally required to be held by all levels of managers because they have to work with people. Right. Above and below or in the same level. And what I will do is people. Right. Therefore, in drawing a diagram, we have to draw that part first in a rectangular box to say human skills are equally required to be held by 3 levels of managers. Right. Then technical skills involve the ability to perform tasks in a particular area, your own area, specific area. Right. Maybe in marketing, production, HR, finance, ICT, research and development, likewise. That involves technical skills. Right. Then lower level managers and employees need to have more technical skills than middle and top level managers. Right. Or you can say even middle level managers need to know more technical skills. Now, lower at some very money. Middle managers are they go there. Marketing manager දැනගන්න marketing plan එකක් හදන්න, marketing function budget එකක් හදන්න, advertising program එකක් හදන්න. ඒක නම් දැනගන්න ඕනේ නමුත් expert ලාට දෙලා outsource කරලා කරගන්න. Right, outsourcing ගත්තාම මොන වෙන්නේ technical skill එක යටාවට තමයි ඕනේ කියලා. skill level manager ට වඩා. නමුත් they also should know to get that task done. නැත්නම් අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට වේදන් කරනවා. බැරි විදිහට programs හදන්න. budgets හදන්න. එවගේ ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් දින පොඩි පොඩි වලට මොකද තියෙනවා තියරි වල තියෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙයි. This is one way of presenting the importance of relative importance of these 3 skills to managers and non-managers. But I'll as I said you better use that diagram there, rectangular type. It is there in the ebook also on page 12, you can refer that. The authors have described that clearly. That's the best form of presentation. This way, no? Right here, you can identify the 3 management levels: top, middle, lower. There are different names for these also. Then, as I said, first try to demonstrate the need of human skills. Right, with a parallel line. This is the requirement of human skill. Second one, na? Right. Then this is the requirement of conceptual skill. So 3 levels of management. Here, lower level managers need conceptual skills leads no, to other managers. Top level managers need the highest conceptual skills compared to other managers. Middle managers need that in moderate level. This area illustrates the significance of the technical skills to these managers. It is the opposite way now. Lower level managers and employees need to have more technical skills than other managers. Top managers need to have the least technical skills than other managers. Middle managers need to have that in the moderate level. Second, middle can moderate. But human skills are equally required. දැන් අපි අලුත් අය හොයාගෙන තියෙනවා මේ ඉහළට යන්න යන human skills වැඩිම ඕනේ කියලා. top managers නම් තමයි වැඩිම ඕනේ කියලා කියන්නේ. මොකද ඒකට තමයි උඟක් අර රිච් කරන්නේ මිනිස්සු. ඒක කියන්න පුළුවන්. රොබර්ට් කාර්ස් එක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඉහළට යන්න ඕනේ කියන්නේ ආයෙත් නෑ කරනකොට human skills ඕනේ කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. ඒකත් හරි. වෙන තාම ඉතින් මේ human skills එක conceptual කියන්නේ cognitive ඕනේ කියන්නේ. human skill සමාන වුණා කිව්වම ඒක හරි. අදලත් හරි. ඒක හැම කෙනාම වැඩ කරන්නේ මිනිස්සු එක්ක. සේවකයෙක් නෙවෙයි. තමන්ගේ මට්ටමේ සේවකයෙක් නැත්නම් ෆ්‍රන්ට් ස්ටාෆ් ගත්තොත් බැංක් එකේම ඒකට තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම ඇම්බැසඩර්ස් හරිනේ මිනිස්සුන්ට සලකන්නේ. human skills උගත් ඕනේ. lower level managers නේද? ඒකට lower level නේ. ඒක මේ කිව්වා එක. මේ මාස්ටර් එකක් කරනකොට තමයි මම කියන්නේ. BBA කියන්නේ මාස්ටර් ලෙවල් එකේ දෙවිදිහට ගෙන එකක්. MBA level එකේ that is experience. MBA level answers තියෙනවා ඒක ඉන්නේ. මේකදී අපි ප්‍රින්සිපල් එක දැනගන්න කලිපර් එක. දැන් මේක රෙඩි කරගන්න හොඳයි. මේ level එකේ concept එක දෙන්න පොඩි තමන්ගේ view එක ලියන්න. Then break again one o'clock. Oh, around 1:30. You can have a break. It will go up to 120 or 30, no? Right, these are the 3 levels of managers, but the textbook writers have said that this can be considered with the horizontal differences. But I see that these levels are identified in the hierarchy. Hierarchy, no? Vertical line. In the vertical line, these are identified as top level, middle level, lower level. Either one is correct, but I prefer you to consider the differences as vertical differences. The 3 levels are identified with the vertical line, no? Across the vertical line, hierarchy. Right. Right, then 3 levels of managers can be known. Top managers, middle managers, lower level of first line managers or supervisory managers. Or shop floor level managers, operational managers. There are different names. You better consider all names, actually, all relevant names. Then you can thoroughly understand this. Particularly, I'm not lazy. Deal with that. That's a great thing. I'm doing. That's the matter. Shop floor, yeah. Right. These are some examples for these levels. Even chairman, chairperson, president, right? Commissioner, secretary, additional secretary. Okay, I think revision position. These are top. Vice chancellor, chancellor, registrar, principal, registrar here, then director, chef. Those are examples for the top management position as per the nature of the organization. Right. Then unit head, general manager, departmental head, right, are some examples for the middle managers. For deans of faculties in universities, they are middle net. Right. Then departmental heads, in such a situation, departmental heads comes to the lower level in the university. Here, functional heads, team leader, group leader, then supervisors, foremen, supervisors, foremen are some examples for the lower level management position. Audit firm වලදී supervisor, foreman කියලා නැහැ supervisors. But manager is the middle level, audit manager. Partner is the top level. Right, there are 3 levels in all organizations, but in a small business organizations, we don't see it. Owner is the manager, top manager. There are few employees directly reporting to him or her. Their structure is different, very simple. તમારે એના તમારે મેનેજમેન્ટ ඔක්කොම කරන්න තමයි સિંગલ બિઝનેસ වල લેબર වල තමයි කරන්නේ අතු ගන්න වනේ උස්සනේ ඔක්කොම තමයි. Right. Then the other way of knowing the types of managers is using the horizontal differences. මේක මේ horizontal කොහමද තියන්නේ අර උඩ එක වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕන vertical කියලා හදන්නේ නම් මේක horizontal. Horizontal looking at the level, no? Same level. Through that also we can identify different names of managers or types of managers. One is functional managers based on the different functions, functional tasks. Production manager, manufacturing manager, production manager, marketing manager, sales manager, advertising manager, human resource manager, accountant, finance manager, ICT manager, research and development manager, likewise. Those are identified in the functional area. Right. Looking at the way these managers contribute to the main purpose of the organization, there's a classification in them as line managers and staff managers. Right. Line managers are directly contributing to the main function of the organization, like production manager, marketing manager, are some examples. Right. Staff managers are contributing to the main purpose of the organization, providing advisory services, sharing the expertise. Then HR managers, accountants, even finance managers, auditors, tax advisors, they are giving sharing the expertise as advisors. They are called as staff managers, but both are required to achieve the corporate goals directly and indirectly. Now, I think problem like that to there. Nurses la doctors la directly contribute කරනවා නේ. අනිත් අය support. Paramedical එක direct නේ. Radiologists නේද උදව් වෙනවා නේ අරගන්න. උදව් වෙනවා. ඔක අරගන්න. විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයකට academic non academic කියලා දෙනවා. ඒකට academic එක තමයි direct. Line role. Non academic staff role. ඒවා. Right. Then general managers are looking after them, no? As a generalist from top. But they are heading the functional manager, general manager. Sometimes the general manager would have been a marketing manager or a finance manager or a HR, any manager, right? Then project managers are also identified in this level, but who are also generalists. They need to have multi skills to coordinate projects. Right. Specific projects. Now that is there allowing matrix relations in an organization. The project can be a particular program, a special task identified for a particular period. Same workforce, same managers can be engaged here sometimes, allowing dual reporting style. Right. That's a trend now, no? Modern businesses are having matrix relations. While they are doing the main functions, they have to engage in other extended functions as well with the same workforce. Right. But here, the different projects, special projects can be added, like construction projects. Or software development projects, product development projects, likewise. Right now we come to 10 roles introduced by Minsberg. But these 10 roles are identified in under three categories of roles in the Minsberg. He introduced. Still he lives maybe in Canada or something, right? Right. There are three main roles or sub roles, such as interpersonal roles. Then second one is informational roles. Third one is decision making roles. Informational roles involve, sorry, interpersonal roles involve developing and maintaining good relationship, positive relationship with others, significant others in and out the organization. Because the third one deals with outsiders as well, no? Therefore, we have to correct relationship with significant others. Now, that's a common one, no? Right. Then figurehead, leader, liaison are the three interpersonal roles as introduced by Minsberg. Right. For him, figurehead roles involve, or figurehead role involves set of attending or representing ceremonial activities or duties using the formal authority of the manager, position of the manager. As you know, the chief executive officer or the managing director or the chairman tries to attend these ceremonial events like inaugurations, startup of a branch, those things, as the figurehead. Right. In our universities also, in all inaugurations, we invite to vice chancellor and the chief guest or guest of honor. Normally, chief guest is the name given, no, to the official person. Right. Right. That's a figurehead role. These are actually not the functional sector, different behavioral presentations. Right. Leader role involves building relationship with subordinates in the with own people. We can't change that, as Ms. Bird said. Right. But to do that, the leader or manager, to be a leader, need to develop communication and motivation and other coaching or mentoring capacities on the subordinates. Right. Liaison role is extended to build and maintain good relations with inside and outside people. Not only inside people, but outsiders as well. That's why that name has been given as liaison. Outsiders means maybe competitors or government officers, general public, media representatives, international bodies, like that. Inside people in the same department and other departments, maybe branch people. of people in the subsidiaries. Right. Then these three are clearly stated as interpersonal roles of a manager. Interpersonal. Then they have to use human skills. Human skills. Human skills. මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් කළොත් management skills වල මේක පැහැදිලි කරන්නකෝ. human skills තමයි මෙතන ප්‍රොඩක්ට්. ඒක හිතන්න ඕනේ. කනෙක්ට් කරලා ගන්න. තාම සීතලයි වගේ නේ. ඒ සියොප් කරා නම්. ඩරිස් දෙකත් එක්ක සීතලයි තමයි. Tadi ඔක්කොම දැනනනේ. නැත්නම් මේ මට විතර කෙනෙකුට දැනන්න මොනවද කියලා. මගේ ඇන්න වගේ වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. Right, information roles. Then what happens here? As we know, the manager scanning the environment, internal and external environment should be scanned to get or receive information. Receiving is not enough, no? The manager should transmit, right, this information as valuable sources to make decisions or to perform tasks in other divisions of the organization. But as mentioned here, such information can be shared with outside the source, not only among insiders. Right. Right. Then there are three roles, informational roles, no? Recognized by Whisper as monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson. As the monitor, we have to manager need to scan the environment using different techniques or methods to get valuable information. He or she may use personal contacts also, no? Negotiation contacts. That is also a human skill, right? To receive information, right? Then once obtained, such information should be transmitted or shared, no, exchanged to facilitate decision makings of other divisions. But this information can be first shared with the subordinates in their own division, right? But whenever required, subject to the senior manager's recommendation, approval, those information can be shared with others in the organization, right? But in the spokesperson, as mentioned in the liaison, in the first set of roles, these information can be shared by managers not only within the organization, but with the outsiders also whenever it should be done representing the organization. Media එකක් දෙකේම කතා කරන්නේ නේද? right. මොනවාද? හොඳ දේවල් නාග අපි දවස් 9 දිනක් කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. That's the spokesperson role. Right. දැන් ආයතනයේ මොන හරි මේ achievements ගැනීමනේ media debriefing එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මාධ්‍ය උදාහරණයක් කරන්නේ නේ. Right. So that is as spokesperson. Right. Here you can say not only human skills, the managers need to have the technical skills also, no? Then communication, that is soft skill. Right. Human right. Human and technical. Right. Last one, but it has four roles. Then only 10 roles come together. Decision making means making the choice, best choice, taking actions through the selected choice. But to make the best choice, he or she manager should be able to identify different choices or solution. Right. Then it involves conceptual. Conceptual thinking capacity. Decision making is thinking, cognitive skill. Decision making and cognitive. So make a connection of skills with the roles, then you have to have the relevant order, right? Better. Right. What are the four decision-making roles that any manager should play? Entrepreneur. Today, highly essential. There are many aspects of now entrepreneurship today. Disturbance handler, taking corrective action, similar to the controlling. Resource allocation, similar to organizing. Negotiator, it is another skill managers need to have, but negotiation should be done based on his or her own expertise, experience, knowledge. Otherwise, manager cannot do that. Right? Maybe in capital budgeting, tax, auditing, accounting, strategic planning, right? Projects, likewise, public relations, supply relations, right? Then here resource allocation means allocating resources to utilize them efficiently, no? Efficiently in tasks and projects and with the people. Disturbance handling means taking corrective actions in unexpected situations or doing change management to match with the changing environment. Right. Actually, all these involve much cognitive skills, conceptual skills. Right. Entrepreneurial qualities are nothing market. Right. But it can be developed as well. Now, as an entrepreneur, manager should have new ideas, and those ideas should be initiated, should be decided, or he or she cannot. Such qualities should be developed, promoted in others as in others. So others also, the employees and other managers also should be encouraged to have entrepreneurial skills. They come manager. That's a cognitive. It involves cognitive skills. Hitanna juga. Right, this is the last part. Then we can have the quiz to check your understanding personally. Then using the ebook, we can have a small case study also to finish the task today. Right. This is the last part, no? To know how to be a successful manager in the modern business world or in the 21st century. That's the meaning of how to be a new manager. Right. There are two slides. First requirement is to, that's what now you are doing now. Right. First, always we have to have both that. But now, to secure a managerial position, you should be able to show your individual identity first. And another thing, you have to work alone with your own effort. Yeah, you have to give more weight to the independence. Your independence. Right. That is mentioned in the left box. Right. Then you should be a specialist. And through that, you should be able to perform special tasks in a particular area. Then where you have to get things done through your own efforts. Right. Then you are an individual actor. Right. Then to do this, to happen all this, you should work. You should be able to work relatively independent. Right. Once come to a organization, to a management position or management training, then even your bosses will expect from you to move from here to here, there to here. Where, but you can't forget this. You can't undermine this. Here you have to give more managerial identity, team identity, to be a generalist, to be able to coordinate different tasks. Right. Then your more focus is to get the task through others, done through others. Right. Then to have that, you should be a good network builder or team player. Then to happen all this, you have to move from work relatively independently to work relatively or highly interdependent. Not dependent, yeah. Dependent කියන එක අයින් කළාම දාන්න අපි. සද්දഘോഷي. අප ශ්‍රී ලාංකික විදිහට අද වැඩියෙන්ම අපි පාවිච්චි කරන එදායි නම් dependence. අය ඒකට ණයවල තියෙන එක. දැන් දෙක කියනවා dependent කියන එක අයින් කරා. Independent and interdependent කියන එක ප්‍රොමෝට් කරා. වැඩියට පාවිච්චි කරා. right. අපි දෙක ගන්නකට dependent. වැඩ කරන්න කියන නායකයෙක් dependent. ආයෙත් dependent එක බලන්න. ඒක අයින් කරන්න. But we should consider independence and interdependence. Interdependent වෙන්න ලැජ්ජා වෙන්න ඕනේ ඒක කරන්න ආඩම්බර වෙන්න. Interdependent. Independent වෙනකොට ආඩම්බර වෙන්න. Dependent වුණොත් ලැජ්ජා වෙන්න. Dependent වුණා වගේ. ඒක මේ මානසික වෙනස් කරගන්න. දැන් වැඩිහිටියෝ මේ අවස්ථාවේ වෙනස් කරගන්න. තරුණයි මේ අවස්ථාවේ වෙනස් කරන්න උදා ළමයට එකයි. කියලා දෙන්න මේ අවස්ථාවේ. නැත්නම් අපිට බෑ යන්න. අපිට ආවේනික ගමන කියන්නේ ඔක වෙනස් වෙනවා. දේශපාලන මත දෙකෙන්ද ඔබ අයින් කරන්නේ. right. දේශපාලනඥයත් එහෙමනේ නේද? දැන් ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙනවා අනිත් අය. දැන් අගමැතිතුමට වැරදි තොරතුරු දීලා කියන්නේ. ඇයි ඒ ඉතින් Taman ඒ තනතුරු ඉන්නව නම් දැනගන්න ඕන හරියට තොරතුරු ගන්න නේද? රැවටෙන්න බෑ. කියන්නේ අපි ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කියන එක මම දේශපාලන කියන්නේ උදාහරණ දෙකක්. ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කියන එක නැතිද? මෙතන කියන්නේ අන්‍යෝන්‍ය රඳා පැවැත්ම නේ ඉන්ටර්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් කියන. අන්‍යෝන්‍ය රඳා පැවැත්ම කියන අදහස වගේ තමයි උතන ඉන්නේ නේ ඉන්ටර්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට්. ඒක අවශ්‍යයි සමාජයක ජීවත් වෙනකොට. right. The other part is now as mentioned in the definition we all are in a changing environment. No? What has already happened in the past no longer see now and in future. But we should not forget the history. History is must. Right. To make a decision, we have to go back to the history. Yes, that's the meaning of using the experience and your knowledge. Then, and we have to go back to the history also. Right. But these two lines should be compared, no? To make to develop managerial competencies. Right. Then to compare, we need to have bases. Bases are these. These are the characteristics or the forces. Right. Then as forces, we should consider technology. What's the technology we considered in the whole workplace and what's the now? Right. Focus, workforce, space, events can be seen different as an evolution. Right. When we consider technology, earlier we considered much mechanical technology. Even today we have to use them, but our more weight should be given to the digital technologies today. Otherwise, we can't win the game. Right. Then focus. Earlier we focused local and domestic markets. Now we have to consider global market. Even we are not doing, not going for the overseas market. Still, in the local market, we can't undermine the global competition in the local market. But there are many foreign brands, products in the local market. And we got the multinational, right? Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola. Right. That's why we should change the focus of from local to global. Ada si platform tag given ekani namane. Tatteta piyano okay. Right. Workforce. Earlier we had a very homogeneous workforces. Now it is very diverse. Very diverse. Good example is the Gen Z now. Very diverse. Right. Diverse can Gen Z are now diverse, you know. XY is a document. Diverse. Ilada foreign labor work in Lanka. Chinese time, India's time. Right. So diversity, cultural diversity. Right. Then pace. Earlier we had the manager's main focus is to stabilize the business and to increase the efficiency. Now they need to make decisions very quickly, agilely. And change is a must. Change management should be done successfully today or very quickly. Quick decisions should be made to match with the changes. Right. Those are the winners in industries, no? Right. Then events. Earlier, events were very calm and predictable. Now it is, which are very turbulent and frequently bringing crises like COVID, economic downturns, right? Environmental hazards, loss of supplies, right? Increase cost of energy, those things. Right. Those are the forces, right? Changes in the forces. The changes in the characteristics are also visible. When we consider resources, earlier we much considered physical resources. Now, as I mentioned, we have to managers need to much consider information, knowledge, and talents. Work. Earlier it was very structured. Now flexible, virtual. Managers should use a lot of virtual methods or flexible methods. Right. Workforce is earlier loyal, now not loyal. JC is not loyal to managers, even to their parents. They need changes, flexibility. Therefore, the modern leadership style should be very flexible leadership style or empowered leadership style. Otherwise, they can't get the task done through these lead generation. Right. To address all this, we should managers should develop these competencies. No, moving from these competencies they have already inhibited. But even today, these would be matching for small situations, selected situations. But majority situations should be addressed with this one, these competencies today. Dispersed, empowered, as mentioned above, teamwork, collaborations. Earlier, most managers use autocratic leadership, individual decision making, and they much consider conflict and competitions. That era is over now. Red ocean era is over now. Now we are in the blue ocean era. Blue ocean era. The market is unlimited. It's a matter of finding your place in the market. You have a niche market. Right. That's the final message I can give based on this handout, first lesson. But it will go across other lessons also. The learning outcomes of this can be considered in other lessons also, in other subjects also. Then throughout your life also, in years to come. But ඊට පස්සේ ඉතින් මේ මෙතන කතා කරපු all workplace එකට එනවා කාලයක් යනකොට. ආයෙ මේකට අලුත් ඒවා එනවා. ඒකට අපිට ආයෙ පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් කරලා කතා කරලා but we should repeat the history. We can't forget the history. ඒකයි මම කියන්නේ history optional කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. අනිවාර්ය කරන්න ඕනේ subject එක. ඉතිහාසය කියන එක history කිය optional කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට පුළුවන් කියලා හිතලා කරන්න ඕනේ. ඔක්කොම මේ සින්දු කියන්නේ ඕනේ නැහැ ඩාන්ස් කරන්න බැරි නේද? තමන්ගේ මොනවාරි පැමිණි ඉතින් යානෝලිගේ අයනෝ ඒ කරන්නේ ස්පෝර්ට්ස් එකේ. කොතින්ම ගේනවා. හරි අපිට දියුණු කරගන්නේ. ජීවිත කාලෙ නිකන් පීනන්න පුරුදු නම් අමාරු පීනන්න. පීනන්න පුළුවන් නිකන් බතුලේ යන්න රේස් එක ගන්න බෑ නේද? අමාරුයි. ඒක කොතින් මේ දුවන්නත් එමනේ. හරි අපිට පුරුදු වෙන්න. ඒක ගන්නවත් එමය. නිකන් මේ හොබි එකක් විදිහට ගන්න බෑ කි වර්ල්ඩ් කප් ගන්න යන්න අපිට බෑ. ඒක ඇගීම් වෙන්න ඕන. Right. Then those subjects should be allowed as optional. Like මේක හොඳයි. ඉතිහාසය වගේම අනිවාර්ය කරන්න. Mathematics එකම optional කරලා තමයි. ඉතිහාසෙම අනිවාර්ය කරන්න. That's so. Main core subject. Science level. Right. With this, we will finish our lesson. The first half of the lesson. Coming back, we will continue to other activities, as I said. How long you need to have a break? Half an hour? 20 minutes. 20 or half an hour. 20 to half. The lunch break. Online members actually took part today. I don't know, no? Okay, then we'll have such a break. Coming back, we will continue until 3 o'clock. I'm not leaving, na? I'll come back. Right. This part is over. No, no. But we will have the quiz. The first time we are going to have, no? Then this is an individual evaluation where you have to share a very specific learning point. Your understanding should be shared specifically using a few seconds. You can go up to 1 minute and so on about the introduction to management. But pick a particular very distinctive point. But by doing this, you will learn. I'll close this one. If any online members, they can hear the nature of this evaluation, right? But then I'll use the row order. You all know your registration number, last digits 012, likewise 011. What's your number? What's the class of this exemption? No? 19B. 19B exemption. Many intakes. Right, day 1. Likewise, we will have this over 10 days out of 15. And what's your number? Is there a number, registration number? Pending. Then your name? Name appears there. Gunasekar. No, any other Gunatilaka, no? In the class? You are only. Right, then can you tell us what you learned today from this lesson? Only one point. Then you have to elaborate. But you can't say, I learned the definition of management in a vague way. Exactly, you have to, figure out that. Explain that. As the beginner, you may try, then if any errors, I'll explain. Can you find a particular, remind, don't look at the handout or a soft copy. Using your understanding, can you elaborate one particular area, what you learn under this lesson? Then others will have different points to elaborate. needs human skills. How to manage human resources in separate. No, no, that comes under management skills. If you touch that point, select that point, tell about different management skills you learned today. Likewise. Or who introduced them initially to the world. Then we will go for you. What's your number? Name? Is there a number? Then name? Family name? Ranasinghe, ne? Ranasinghe. This should appear in the on the list, registration list later. The surname or whatever. The pet first names are not used, no? Only the initials, no? Then I should identify you. Right. Then can you try for a while learning point? What's a specific learning point you had today?
Sexual, conceptual skills, human resources skills, and technical skills. So conceptual skill means manager should have a broad understanding of the entire organization. Human resources skill means managers should different layers of managers should be able to interact with different type of team members. So each level has different type of exposed to those skills. Technical skill means manager should possess thorough knowledge on technical skill. So
Technical means you are using the same word. You have to use a different word to give a meaning, no?
subject matter.
Area of the expertise, like marketing, sales, finance, like that. Okay, you need not to go for explaining all three. Overall, you can say these are the management skills, right? All managers needed, out of which, if you could elaborate human skills, that is enough, right? Anyhow, this learning point should be selected specifically, and the communicator should be able to communicate that clearly to others. Okay, now I'll give 2 marks. You tried. Now, once you familiarize with this task, you can easily organize and tell. And now, can you try for another learning, another point? Oh, same. If you are touching same, different way, it should be delivered. Innovative way, but in a different way. No, that's a different. Even technical skills were much important to lower level management. Oh, in other words, can you elaborate about the conceptual skills I explained? Conceptual skills of managers. Now I am asking the question. If you can't identify and explain an area, then to finish this task, right, I should ask a question. Then I have asked, elaborate the conceptual skills of managing. Oh, there are many areas, no, we considered. Why only bothering about skills? Okay, we will come back again. What's your number or a name? Phone. We will follow the order. Danushka, it will appear on the register as Danushka. Otherwise, I can recognize later. Right. What's your understanding or learning point? Yeah. But you can tell about that further. You know that in different way we noted. No, we will come back to you again. Get ready, right? Until that, we can't allocate marks. Right. What's your name? Number? Huh? You had a registration number. What's that? Huh? Then name? Huh? Sunin? Sunin? Huh? Ramana. Right. What is your area to select and elaborate from this lesson introduction? Hmm. No, no, not organization. Organization is the entity. See how difficult. I will get to that. You should be alert on this. Now, students are lacking this one. PowerPoint බලනවා, use කරනවා. No one is looking after this. මුලදී අමාරුයි ඒක අපිටත් තිබ්බා. Now you have to learn, no? Develop. Yeah, you covered, you are covering management process, no? Yeah. Please explain simply and meaningfully. You had these to A levels, no? Business studies. A level key. A level research. You did commerce in A level. ABC. C for business studies. Huh? C. C. That's why. This capacity was not visible. Otherwise, you could enter into the university. කවුරුත් හදලත් නෑ මේක. නෙම නැතුව බෑ මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් රිපීට් වෙනවා. මේ මොනවද ඒකට කියන්නේ ධාරණ හැකියාව. අර්ථකථනය කිරීමේ හැකියාව දිනු කරගත්තේ නැත්නම් උපාධියක් කරන්න බෑ. අමාරුයි. ශාස්ත්‍රීය මාධ්‍යවල වැඩකුත් මේ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් නෑ ඇත්තට පෙන්වන්න බෑ. දැනුම ඕන තරම් ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද නේ? ඇත්තට මේ මොන මාර්ගයෙන් ආවත් Taman ඒක ඉන්හිබිට් කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට දාගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේ කතා මේකේ වෙන හුඟක් දේවල් කව වෙනා මේ ක්විස් එකේ. ඇත්තටම අර අසයින්මන්ට් එකට ඒක කොපි කරලා ලිව්වා ඒක. ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න පුළුවන් ටීම් එකක් විදියට. Now independence නේ ඒක ඇදින්නේ නැහැ. Right, planning, organizing, leading and controlling. Then but we considered not only these 4 functions, some other elements also, no? In that diagram. No matter, right? These are the 4 functions. Or something about these functions, how they are happening. Anyhow, I'll give 1 mark since you said about the 4 functions. Try to get the full 2 marks per day. Right, then we will move to, then are you ready now? Now you understood the nature of this exercise, no? Then try to proceed accordingly now. You are Danushka? Right. Oh, shall we come back later? Completing their answers as well. Right. What's your name or number? You had a number. 015. Right. Then what's your learning point? සංකීර්ණ කරගන්නත් එපා ඈ. No. Without saying these requirement in nutshell, try to, define or interpret, explain them, right? Basically, who introduced these managerial roles? No, right. Then there are 3 categories of roles. Ne? You said them: interpersonal, informational, discerning. Then on this ground, you can finish the answer, but briefly explain what are the focuses of these 3 categories of roles. Then need not to go for the 10 even. මොනාරි කියන දේ ලස්සනට කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. Meaningfully. Specifically. විභාගෙදිත් ඒක නෝනේ ලියන එක. නැත්තම් සමහරව ලියනවා වෙල්වට අරන්නේ. assignment එක කරන්න ගියත් එහෙම. අපි ඔක්කොම අච්චාරු කරලා ලියනවා. logic එකක් නැහැ. Yeah, your explanation should be somewhat logical. Logic. Right then? Now, interpersonal roles can be played by managers in what manner? What should happen there? What is expected from interpersonal roles of managers? Interpersonal. Think of interpersonal, meaning of interpersonal. They should be able to develop and maintain relationships among or between or with others, significant others as managers. Right then, figurehead, leader, and there is another 3 interpersonal roles. introduced by municipal. ඒක ගිව නැති අනිත් ඒවා ඕනේ නැහැ. අපිට ඕනේ මේ පැෂන් එක හදන්න. learning passion හදන්න ඕනේ. නැත්නම් ඕක මේ අර ඔක්කොම කියන්න පුළුවන් බලාගෙන හරි. නමුත් පැෂන් එකයි ගන්න ඕනේ මෙතන. learning passion. Right, I'll give 1 mark since you tried. Next time you can keep it up. What's your number? 040. Right. Then you can touch another area or same area in a different way. Managers. Yeah, these types are identified in what manner? Based on what? What differences? ඒ වචන එන්න ඕනේ. Based on the horizontal differences. Right. Looking at the horizontal differences, these types of managers can be identified as what you mentioned: functional managers, staff managers, general managers, project managers, and so on. Then give some examples for functional managers. Right, I'll give 1 mark. This is incomplete. I also help, no? Not independent. Some are dependent. More dependent. Right, what's your number? 19. Dhanave.
Divide responsibilities and make.
කමන්නේ කකුණු දෙක දුන්නා පැෂන් එක තියනවා වගේනේ. පැෂන් මේකින් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේද නෑනේ. කොණ්ඩියෝ. ඒක අර පොඩි කාලේ නම් එන්න ඕනේ. දැන් නැත්තම් හදා ගන්න. ඇඩල්ට් এডুকেෂන් වල. අනිත් අය දිහා බලලා හරි යාළුවෙක් හරි හදා ගන්න. ඒකට හිතෙන්න ඕනේ නැත්තම් බෑ. Right, where you studied? No. School. Huh? ඒ කියන්නේ ගමෙන් ඇවිල්ලා මොන්රාගල සෙන්ට්‍රල්ද? You study? ඒ කියන්නේ නගරේ. ඉතින් පෞරුෂත්වයට මේ නගරේ ඒවා අදාළ නෑ දැන්. ඒක තමන්ම හදාගන්න. අපි ක්‍රිටිසයිස් කරන්නව නෙවෙයි ඈ. Where you study? ඉස්කෝලේ නිකරු කරනවත් නෙවෙයි. සිපාතන කොළඹ. මහානම්. ඒකත් නගර බදනේ. Throughout there. Shifted. යසෝදරා. කොළඹ. ගම්පහ. ඒකත් ලොකු ඉස්කෝලයක්නේ. පානදුර බාලික. ඔය ලෙවල් එකම සුන්දර රිසර්ච් තිබ්බේ ගන්නේ. You ඉසිපතනා යාළුවෙක්. You behind. ඒ කොයිද? මරදානේ. කොටේ එන්නේ. ඉතින් ඕක වැඩක් නැහැ. ඉස්කෝල දැන් ඒව අදාළ නැහැ. යුනිවර්සිටි කරපු ඩිග්‍රී වැඩකුත් නැහැ අතන. ගියාපුවාම ඩිස්ටින්ග්විෂ් වෙන්න ඕන තමන්ගේ අර පර්සනැලිටි හදාගන්න. That should be developed. No one is perfect. That's the main purpose of this exercise. To help developing, not while touching the theory, knowledge, this goes beyond that. Helping us to improve our soft skills for the confidence in talking, analyzing, synthesizing. Right. Step by step, you can enjoy this. Right. Then your number No number, Pereira, ne? Only one Pereira, no? Right, what's your learning point? This is the same thing, no? You are touching now. These are not the actual 4 elements. 4 elements in the management process. These are the 4 types of functions, no? Right. Then use the terms also carefully, right? Then I will ask a question then. What's the nature of these functions? How they function? Separately, together, or in any other way in an organization or in an environment? I explained them, no? Even looking at the diagram, you can think of that. Huh? They are related mutually, no? Mutually. As an example, without planning, no controlling. Without controlling, we can't assess the progress of other functions. Right. Then above all, the leading is very important to influence and others, especially human resource people, and to get the task done in all functions. Like nice, okay, right? Then පුළුවන් වෙන්න පොඩ්ඩක් imagine. Right. I'll give 1 mark. මොනාරි උත්සාහ කරා නේද? දෙක ගත්ත දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. Right. Last one, ne? Last one in the order, normal order. We have to come back, no? To others. 017. 17. Right. Right. What's your learning point?
So through this method, we have learned what is the definition of the management, and then we
That's the first one, no? We did first one.
So then we understand the process of management. So what are the processes there, and how to we, based on our resources, how do we achieve make a performance by this applying these processes to the management. We understood that. Then
No, that is enough. Your point is defining, no? That is enough. But not us. All what we talk about an organization. Organization. You're also somewhat good, but be very specific and smart on other attempts. Right, Gunathilaka. Organizing, no? Verb, function.
Of silent responsibility of levels. It means that of levels logarithm. Another one is controlling. That is monitoring for the activities.
Okay, I will give 1 mark. Next time try, be very specific. Right, then Danushka. Danushka, ne? Yeah, you attempt. Let's attempt. No, you wanted to define. Right, compared to him, you considered all what we said in management definition should happen in a changing environment. Right. That was emphasized, but I'll give 1 mark. Huh? This time be very specific and confident. Huh? All now answered, no? Right. Any online member understood this exercise or assignment part, individual assignment part? If you are there engaged in the learning process, you also need to earn some points from this part. Oh, okay. Then if it is the case, then you can unmute your mic and tell us one particular learning point from this lesson today. This covers 20 marks, no? But on 10 days, we have to do the same on different lessons. Same passion on different lessons. Then step by step, you can improve your passion. ඒක තමයි identity කියන්නේ. නැත්තම් බෑ. ඕක නැතුව අමාරුයි. But those are silent, no? Then it may be not active today from their side. Right. Still, we will remain if you have a chance till 3 o'clock. Huh? Now we are moving to another activity. Right. Our normal next task is to do a small case study based on the today's lessons. But even the lessons we have to do also can be considered here. Right. In a case, we can limit the particular knowledge, no, to study a case. Right now, I am selecting the ebook. The same ebook version was uploaded to the LMS, I think. I will check all 3 LMSs, course pages again. Because this time I am doing 3 classes of this subject. This is the very smallest class. Then poor motivation to me also. Right? Exempt උනාට මේ ආවන හොඳයි නේ මේවා කරන්න. Because you have to develop this capacity, confidence, no? Right. Right. Then I will show that diagram also on page 12. Better use that to deal with that part. This is the diagram. The same one I drew on the whiteboard. To describe about management skills and management levels. There are connections. Right. Right. Here you have to indicate, denote this side as management skills or managerial skills. This side as managerial levels also. Then these are the 3. These are the 3. Connectivity. Yeah. Right now I am finding the small case left. This one. No questions given by these authors. Then our aim is to provide an answer for a question. Then here, referring this page number 17, no? 17 caselet. You can write down the question involved in this case scenario, case study. This is a caselet, small case. Only 1 paragraph. But in big cases, there are many paragraphs. Later we will capture them. Right, then write down the question, comment on the understanding of the concepts of management comments on the understanding of management fundamentals. Like subject ke namima liyagan. Comments on the understanding of management fundamentals by Mr. Vincent, මේ කේස් එකේ තියෙනවානේ, by Mr. Vincent, the manager of a large supermarket, the manager of a large supermarket mentioned in the caselet, mentioned in the caselet. We are referring to that. On that page 17 of the ebook. Was outline maybe LMS that cases will be discussed from this here within bracket to the ebook icon. ඒකද හැම එකම ලියන්න ඕනේ මේ එතන කිව්වම දැනගන්න ඕනේ අර වගේ ලෙසන් වල මේක තමයි යූස් කරන්නේ. But there are many cases, right? Then we have to read the title, then questions, then paras. Then question दिला दिना. Comment केवम you can comment positively or negatively or in both, right? Both ways. Comment. Comment කරන්න මොනවද මොකක් ගැනද කියලා කියවන්න. case එකේ දීලා. Right. Managing the supermarket chain. Today, trending area, the business area in Sri Lanka also, no? There are many supermarkets. Big ones, mini ones. Right. But we are visiting them. Right. I'll expand that. Mr. Vincent, the manager of a supermarket, large supermarket, was taking a management course like this in the evening program at the local college, maybe at sub campus. The teacher or the professor had given an interesting but disturbing lecture or session the previous night, on the same day, on various approaches to manage, various fundamentals of management, approaches Srilanka ki katha karan, right? Vincent had always thought that management involved just planning, organizing, and controlling. Now, this teacher or professor was saying that management could also be thought of as quantitative models, system theory and analysis, and even something called contingency relationships. Right, I covered some of these today. Vincent had always considered himself, his own evaluation or perception, a good manager or effective manager. Good කියලා එහෙම දාන්න අපි සාමාන්‍ය effective එහෙම දාන්නේ අර abstract වගේනේ අර්ථකථනයක් දෙන්න අමාරුයි. Good කියපුවා effective and his record with the supermarket chain had proved it. He thought of himself, I have quotation එයා හිතන විදිහ. ඉතින් ලියනකොට අපි ඔවා italics වලින් හරි inverted comma වලින් දාන්න quote කරන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට report ලියනකොට නත් ඔවා දැම්ම හැකියි. I have never used operations research models, thought of my store as an open system, or developed or utilized any contingency relationship. තව කියනවා අවසාන වෙනකල් මොටික් කියන්නේ නේද? By doing a little planning ahead, organizing the store and making some things got done, I have been a successful manager. That other stuff just does not make sense. All the professor or teacher was trying to do was complicate things. I guess I will have to know it for the test, for the exam only, no? But I am sticking with my old plan, organize and control approach to managing my store, maybe in the future. Right. Now, over the monkey comment කරන්න කිය. Right. Then everything that you have to tell marks allocation also, දැනගෙන කරන්න ඉබේ. ඉතින් bracket 10 marks. 10 marks. කියලා දාගන්න අතන. ප්‍රශ්න එකක්. ඉතින් 10 marks ලියන්න අනුගාමී points පහක්වත් තියෙනවා. දෙක ගන්න කරලා. ඒක resume එක. right. ඉතින් මේකෙන් උගාරක් දෙන්නේ මේ negative comments against it is perception. හැබැයි එකක් දෙන්න හොඳට අන්තිමට ලියන්න වෙනවා. මොකද experience එක වැදගත්. ඒකෙන් තව දුරටත් සාර්ථකත්වය අඟහගෙන තියෙනවා. Not only concept, no, the management experience is also good. That is only the positive color. You can, right? You. ඒක අන්තිමට ලියන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා positive ලියලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. Right then, if you carefully look into here, we today learned 4 functions, no, in the management process. But he has considered only 3. Leading is missing that. That's the most important. ඒ වගේ simple English දෙලා comment එකක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right. Then you are right. ඒක තමයි passion එක. Writing passion එක තියෙනවා. ඔබ ඩාවට වෙන්න දෙන්න බෑ. කියන්න වෙන්නේ වැඩක් නෑ. Right. මම ඉතින් උදාහරණයක් එකක් දෙකක් දෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ ලියන්න. Right. First one. ඔකට අපි approach වාක්‍යයක් එහෙම දැම්ම නම් හොඳයි. ඉතින් දැන් ඕනේ කෙලින්ම point එක ලියමු ගායින් ගෙඩියෙන්නවා. ඒතර මේ based on the concepts of management and the fundamentals of management and the information provided in the case study, the following comments can be provided, right, regarding the perception of management fundamentals held by Mr. Wilson. Okay, clear here now. Because I'm going to come on. I'm very ඒක තමයි කෙලිම ගහින් ගෙඩියෙනවා කියන එක ගියාගෙන පොයින්ට් එක. ඒක ඉවත් දැනගන්න එපා ලියන විතරේ. ඉතින් BSAA එකක් වුණා තරණ ඇත්තෙන්න ඕනේ. ඉතිහාස කරනවා. අන්න ස්ලයිඩ් apply it. එතකොට තමයි බොස් තියාගෙන යන මොනවාද රිපෝට් එකක් කරලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. මෙමෝ එකක්. වැඩ කරනවා. right? Otherwise, balloon මොනවද මේ ඉතින් ක්ලික් කරනවා තව කාට හරි දෙනවා වයින්නවා නේ. Right. Mr. Vincent, no? Mr. Vincent has considered only planning, organizing, and controlling. Functions, controlling functions as the process of management. Yeah, as the management process people leave in it, so the pattern as the process of management. Right. It seems that he has missed the most important function leading in the process of management. Allowing for showing his misunderstanding about the management process. Okay, what kind of win and property at the market? Is a set of chapter plus the only is a set. Finally, combined case, not again. Integrated case. The why property is other than 20 points. They go back to Belly on Mari, that's the listen. Amar Sima cannot listen. Take a kind of lazy. CS2 results are released करने के लिए लगते देखते हैं. My son knows what it CS2 is in the last second semester of maybe Lanka. I asked him to continue chartered those additional, but don't select the accounting department to finance. Select another department to have the diversity. Same thing should not be repeated. In interviews, multi skills knowledge would be expected. Today, no? From our period because that's the thing. But the lazy first class guy first they don't have disadvantage. I mean, finance guy come on accounting. That's the extension. Accounting, finance. Now, there are about 20%. I make a calendar generally. But release, no? The reason we had this is to, it will take about 2 months now, minimum, to release those results. Sir, correct, we can put the joke in the that's why they get it. Uncle, he told the and then the party of the then he has to do IT. Then you can go for the corporate one. Only with videos, it can be the IT. To video. Personally, exam can be applied. Right, optionally. 50 marks, there should be a. The university also, yes, covered that stuff in basic IT and. He completed 8 and came to. Now, no, 4 levels, no 3 levels, no problem. This time. It's a 7 operator strategy. Then 8 essential people are losing. No? Because up to now they have finished the half. No? Then in the new syllabus, they might be finishing 1/3. No? 1/3. No? Now, the similar something should be done now, right? In the corporate and strategic levels, which have not been done in the end through the exemption now. But my understanding is the previous names, the 3 stages identified previously is the best one, real one. Executive level, management level, corporate level. Now, corporate level and strategic are identical, same corporate and strategic. No, corporate means the top level. The earlier they have recognized 3 levels names correctly. Executive, managerial, corporate, or strategic, corporate. Now again mixing up. Business level, corporate level, strategic level. Issues. My observation. Executive may even senior managers are the executives, no? Senior executives. Second ඔකට මේ මොනවාරි වෙන එකක් chance. දැන් ඒක නෑනේ කලින් ගත්තා මේක. Business level team එකක් නැහැ. Company hierarchy එක mention නැහැ. Business team එක top level එකට business නැහැ. Business කියන්නේ අත්‍තරම මේ SBU level management වල කියන්නේ. It is between strategic level and functional level. This is SBU level. Business level කියන්නේ. now PCG matrix එකේ මට එමෙ strategic plan කරනස් මට කියන්නේ දැන් ගවන්නේ ඔය වයිටර් බලන්නේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක පාස් වෙන්න ඕනේ එලෙක්ට්‍රිෂියන් එක पर मट भाई लंबी हो डिसाइड करना के राइट राइट करेक्ट बट इट शुड बी नॉलेज नो should be used correctly please use that current होता है आप क्या किसी लेवल सोल्व देखिए रिसर्च corporate level को मैप करना डिग्री लेवल है ऐसे डिग्री पर 5-6 सेकंड दैट कंप्लीट ना मेक मैच करना MBA level है एम में क्या है ini current computer lagi degree equal sama when degree part of had sama mention now it and be part those are not really करा ले हम भी ने करा पास से एक्सरसाइज कर एक कौन धार के लगा सर मार्केट इक्विलिब्रियम में ठीक नहीं दे right. මන්දේ subject select කරන්න map කරන එකක් වෙනවද මොකද that equalize කිරීම නෙවෙයි. ඒ. මේක equalize කරලා දෙන්න. ඩාටා මෙල්ගොනම් degree වල තේරෙන්නේ MBA එකක් ඉවර කරලා මට්ටමට ගෙවෙන්න බෑ. අපේ MBA එකට ගන්න කාට මෙම්බර් වෙලා අවුරුදු දෙකක් course එකක් පැය experience උත් කරනවා. කලම් MBA එකට දැන් ඉතින් කරනවා. දැන් මේක කියන්නේ අවුරුදු දෙකක් ඉවරයි. අවුරුදු දෙකක්. ස්පෙෂල් මැනේජ්මන්ට් කියලා සෙකන්ඩ් අපේ එකක් එක්කීකොත් කෙලින්ම කියන්නේ. මේක ස්පෙෂල් නේ. देखो दिया स्पेशल लाइट है सेकंड आप लेकर कर पॉसिबल एक्सपीरियंस और देखते तो मैं ये क्या तो रिव्यू जी अप्रूव देखा लेके स्पेशल कर ला दिया बस सेकंड आप लेकर करते ना हमारे में ये इतना जैसे बात पर करो ठीक है मार्क्सियम देने हाँ गुड बैक करें इन then don't worry about that. Try to complete this and have some 1 or 2 post qualifying experience. Go. मैं तो नहीं बोलना. I am answering now. But you needs for your answer. And like as you can identify. Then it was point now get no. Do not feel that. So the other end. Anti में गलिया कर. कोई तुरंत दिया नहीं ओके पूरी पैराग्राफ तो आपने दाया की को वीडियो पर लिया नहीं ऐसा गाइड आपने बाहर का वीडियो बाहर गया तो लिया नहीं आपने बाहर और फिर से कर वीडियो देखा पर लिया नहीं काम हमारा देखा तो देवा डायरेक्ट में के मैंने मान लिया देवा ये मैनेज करें टाइम में का स्पेस से करें एंड यू एफर्ट तथा बोल के लिए एग्जाम में पहले इनका पास करने को बोले तो ये बंदा है वो ये तमाम इधर यानी ये सके यार पास हुई तो नहीं जाने यार आदित्य कुमार अंगरन टेक बाय लास्ट वन नो मैं आने तो बैंड ना लास्ट वन के ना हमको पॉजिटिव कर देने के राइट हाउएवर नेगेटिव जब लिया तो क्या ना हाउएवर his consideration of using his own experience as a manager is much relevant in his future performance as a manager in this supermarket chain. The others are given on it. Right, एक positive है. ये तावा negative तो ना clear होना रहा. तो मैं क्या मैं क्यों पर तेरे ना तमान. तो मैं तो यार contingency relationship बोलने के लिए क्यों not necessary. Need not to consider. But that's what we consider under human skills. To be held by managers is equally required to all managers. Even the supermarket manager should consider it. Likewise, you can have another point. It can be second or third or fourth one. Like the system, even like they say, management process is based on system theory. All businesses, including the supermarket chain, are happening as open systems with the interactions with the external environment. Therefore, this negligence of the supermarket chain as a system theory is a very weakness equal of this Mr. Wilson. Then I said that style of finding the right one. Okay, I did that for me. Put a case of C. I got better. They studied dark. Okay, then they can get me the passion to get the capability. Competence. Then you can do anything. But I adapted to data. For example, take adaptive. This is take adaptive. Maybe take adaptive. Marketing adaptability is a must. Right. Then now almost 3 o'clock, I'll finish up the today's agenda. I think you may tolerate my style. This is the way we have to do. Otherwise, you can't develop your passion. Knowledge එක ඕනෙලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ෆෝන් එකේ ගාපුවම ඕන දෙයක් එනවා. නමුත් ඒක read කරලා understand කරලා use කරන්න ඉගෙන ගන්න. ඒක දෙන්න බෑ අමාරු. තමන්ම පුරුදු කරගන්න. අපි නිකන් මග පෙන්නන විතරයි. Because here we can't teach, no? Teaching already happened during our schools. Now we can guide or facilitate for students. Okay, with this I'll finish. I think online members are very silent here today. Right. Okay, yeah, I got to follow them. And check the LMS. I also will check that.